You know what time it is? It's time for Millennium County. And we've been doing some stuff here. Now, a little bit of stuff anyway. Got the turntable, the turntable. I got it pretty much mounted already. Still got things to do, but I even started laying track. It's not permanent yet. Like I said, there's a little bit of, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's entailed with it. And, oh, I got my Pepsi plant. You got to see that when you swing around here. That it there? Yep, there's the Pepsi plant. It even lights up. Pretty cool. It's noisy too. It makes noises. I don't know why, but I guess to simulate stuff going on. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, so that's where that's going to go, by the way. It's going to be permanently mounted there. And then just behind it, over here is the, well, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a tire plant for making car tires and what have you. So, I don't know what I'm going to put here yet. I don't know if I'm going to do a cement plant or not. I'm looking around. I don't want it to overpower the Pepsi plant, so maybe get something a little smaller. Don't know yet. I'll figure that out when the time comes. In the meantime, we'll go back over here to the turntable. If I can get over here without knocking the camera over. And that's a big if. Okay, now, it is actually sort of operational. A little bit. Like I said, I don't have the controls mounted yet, but this actually is what controls it. And you can push it to head. And it just starts rotating around. It's pretty cool. Zoom in on that. And it stops perfectly there. And I've still got to program it in to go to the different tracks. Like I said, this is not permanent yet. I'm going to get an engine house over here. Zoom that back out again. Alright, over here, like right in here, there's going to be an engine house. You know, for like doing repairs and maintenance. So basically what will happen is, the train will come in, the engine will come in over here down this track. It's going to come into here, get on the turntable will rotate around to either this track or this track. The engine will roll right into the engine shed, or the engine repair facility on either side. So, and then when it's done, it'll go back there and go back around. I'm also probably going to lay a couple more tracks here, 3, maybe 4, I'm not sure yet. And maybe in a couple here, and it'll also act as an area to store engines, because I intend to down the road get more engines and you know, I'm gonna have a place to put them. Can't keep them on the mains because they're not gonna, obviously not going to be using it all at the same time. So, you know, down the road, I'm thinking maybe, yeah, 6, maybe 8 extra engines. That's expensive, so that's going to take a while for that to happen. But I'll be getting most of those from scaletrains.com. Some of my other fellow modelers out there familiar with scaletrains.com, they make beautiful stuff, especially the rivet counter. The rivet counter series are almost lifelike. I mean, they're really big attention to detail. You can't go wrong. And they're not all that expensive. Like you can get a rivet counter, SD40, in different road names, and different road numbers and whatever. But I was looking at the BNSF, and with DCC already installed, sound and you know, decoder, it I think it was $174, which is not bad. Because, you know, Walthers and some of the other places are getting $300 or better for their engines that are similar but don't have the actual details on it that Scale Trains does. I don't know how Scale Trains makes them so they're less expensive and better, but I'm glad they do. So that's probably getting all my engines from. Now I bought one engine from them already. And that there actually was a BNSF, and it's actually already on the line. And I believe that's an SD70, I think. I believe it is. I'll have to double check on it. But that's this one right here. Let me zoom in on that. Alright, that one right there in the front, the BNSF, that's from scaletrains.com. And that was on sale for $120, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it was somewhere in that general area. And it's not a rivet counter. So there's a few details it doesn't have on it that I can add on if I want to later on. But they actually make what they said, the rivet counter has all kinds of additions on it. You know, grab bars and windshield wipers and just a lot of stuff that, you know, you don't normally see on a model engine. So it's a good deal all the ways around. So if you're watching this and you're in, well, obviously you're going to be a railroader, a railroad fan. Check out scaletrains.com, and believe me, they're not paying me to plug them, but when they're good, they're good. And in an earlier video, you saw my oil tanker cars. Those are rivet counters, and I'll tell you what, those are absolutely beautiful for, you know, a train car. I mean, they just got so much detail on them. So, and they weren't that expensive. I mean, they weren't that cheap either, but really, you can't go wrong. So check it out. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. So that's the plan. We're going to be adding more track in over here. Let me zoom back out and back to where we're going here. There we go. So we're going to have more tracks here. We're going to have an area for more engines. I've also got a couple of static engines that don't run, which would also be good to keep here just for, you know, filler space. So that's going to work out real good. And of course, like I said, this can be removed if necessary. It's not as easily removed, say, as the industrial section behind this is, but I don't really foresee having to move this often. So, but it is removable if need be, if something happened and I had to get back in that area. Because right now, I can't really reach back there. So, but you know, it is what it is. So, let's see what else. Never really done much of anything else. I'm making one heck of a mess here. I mean, you look around and it's just, there's stuff everywhere. You know, I mean, it's really bad. We have just stuff laying all over the place. You got boxes. It's really bad. I think maybe today, before I go too much further with anything else, I'm going to go ahead and do some cleanup. And even the floor is a mess. And, well, sure, why not? We can look at that too. And what you can see down there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, I got dust on the floor. There's stuff everywhere. So, oh, and of course over here too. Oh, there's my ugly mug. There's just stuff everywhere. That Pepsi plants are really cool. I'm going to move the camera here real quick. And turn the lights off here. It won't help too much, but I'll give you an idea of the lighting on here. You zoom into that a little bit. That is a sharp. That was $70, but well worth every penny of it. And it was already built. I bought a power supply with it. That was like another $9. Plug it in, turn it on, you're good to go. So overall, I thought it was pretty cool, and that was from Menards. It probably sounds like I'm advertising for all these people, but I'm not. So, and then over here, we'll break away from that for a minute. I'll tell you what, it's getting a little crowded in this room. Now, I'll tell you, I'm going to pause for just a second. I'll be right back. So I repositioned the camera here. Now that there's where I had the pass-through, you know, the fold-up deal for the track. I took it off because I don't like the way the alignment's working on it. I'm going to have a lot of problems with it, and I need to be able to drop it in place and go. And the section is too heavy, too flimsy, not going to work. So what I'm going to do is rebuild it. So I'm thinking, and I'm still not 100% sure. I wanted to have a sideways slide in, but I don't think I have the room for that. And it would be very difficult because it would have to come inward toward me here. If it was going outward, it wouldn't be an issue, but there's no place to go outward. So it would have to swing in, and I just don't see that being, because it's so wide, it's almost, I think we figured 24 inches wide, which is a lot, almost 2 foot, so, well, it is 2 foot. So that's not going to work. So I'm thinking I might have a fold down, or fold up, on the passenger track, which is going to be up here and up here. It's elevated, so I can actually build almost like a bridge, a truss bridge, to swing up and down, and it'll be, you know, it'll be bolted on the right hand side over here, and just swing it right up when you're not using it, and swing it down, and that would be perfect for that. And then for the 3 freight tracks, Then I could do a slide out or fold out. I guess it's fold out. And I could have that fold toward the right, I think, or maybe toward the left. The left might be smarter because there's this big opening here. And it'll only be, it looks like maybe 10 or 12 inches wide. So it might be easier to do that. And I shouldn't have to modify the existing bench work, I hope. If I do, then I do, but there's no way to make it flip up real well. There is actually, but it might get in the way of the passenger rail, and that could be a problem because they're pretty close together. So really, that's probably not a good deal. I could do a fold down like I had it, but I just don't like that. It makes it very difficult for alignment, whatever. So I might try and have it, like I said, slide out or fold out, whatever. I was just watching a video with another guy. His trains, he's got a bigger area, and that makes it different. He's got his whole basement. But he did one that tilts out, and it looks nice. He did a beautiful job on it. I don't have the room for that. If I did, that would be the way I would go. But it's given me a few good ideas on how I might go about doing this. So I'm going to have to do some more thinking on it. And when I figure it out, I'll document it on tape here. So stay tuned for that one. But as you can see right now, I've got the whole section taken down. And I'm not going to be reusing that, so I'll probably reuse the track, but that's about it. So that's where we're at with the whole thing right now. There's a lot going on here, and I have a little bit of time to work on it every couple of days. As many of you may realize by now that I also do a political blog twice a week, once or twice a week, so I got that going on. I got the trains. I got to walk my dogs every day. I still have other normal things to do. So life's getting a little complicated around here and busy. At least, busier than it has been. But I'll keep everything going here as much as I can, and the time I do something, I'll document it and get it up on the internet for all to watch and criticize or congratulate or what have you. So, I'm going to end this for now. And depending upon how long this thing is, I'll determine whether I'm going to post it or not or add on to it later. We'll see. So, in the meantime, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.